Hello everyone and welcome back. I am as always Inquisitor Ara and this is how to roleplay in World of Warcraft. Now as I was working on notes for another of the myriad of videos I've been working on, I had something of a eureka moment. While I had done a getting started video for roleplaying, I haven't actually done a video on how to start roleplaying. So I thought it was high time to remedy that. A lot of new role players might find starting out in roleplay a bit daunting, so this video is for you. This is going to be a guide on starting a lore-friendly roleplay character, and we will be sticking to the lore very closely and expanding from there. Please note that these are just the generally accepted guidelines to socially acceptable and lore-friendly roleplay in World of Warcraft. There is a niche for every type and style of roleplay out there, and what I am telling you here are the generally accepted guidelines that will not get you ridiculed, laughed at, picked on, ignored, or shunned. And to get us started, we're going to start with the very basics, how you actually start role-playing. This is going to be a series of videos, so we're going to keep it to the basics for now, and then we'll move on to more and more advanced role-playing things in the future. The first thing you're going to want to do when you want to start role-playing is create a concept for your character. Now this is a multi-phase decision. Some people choose the character concept first and then build the character. Some people try to fit concepts onto pre-existing characters. Either way is fine, and I have done both, and both cases there is information that you're going to want to consider. But for the purposes of starting off as a brand new role player, we're going to use the build the concept, then the character formula for this video. Now, as I said before, there are a lot of things you're going to want to consider when you are thinking about starting into role-playing. One of the first things you want to seriously think about is your character's race. Your character's race will go a long way to determining where you were during certain points in Azeroth's history. This in turn dictates your character's history, which in turn dictates your character's age. Your character's age is absolutely based on your character's race, so make sure you do some research. My racial videos are a really good place to start on how long each race lives. Some races, like the Draenei and the Elves, are very long-lived and they play very, very differently. Some races fall in the middle, like dwarves and gnomes, and some have brief, bright lives, like humans and orcs. Your age and race, of course, are ultimately what determines your character's history. Now, this isn't something that needs to be fully fleshed out when you're starting out, but it is very helpful when determining your character's experiences in the world, any wars they may have been a part of, any conflicts they might be too young to remember. Once you have these things figured out, the next thing for you to choose is your class. Now this is one of the most important aspects when considering your character concept because your class determines your skills. And I highly advise sticking to your chosen class's skill set as it's easier to make your roleplay believable given armor and weapon choices and transmogs. Your class is ultimately a defining part of your roleplay. And it's going to be what you're playing when you're not role-playing, so make sure you pick something that you enjoy. Remember, each race can and will treat each class differently. Consider this as you're building your story. Now that you've created your character, picked the class, picked the gender, figured out a little bit of the history, and come up with a name, you can start fleshing out your character's backstory. Now, your backstory is your character's personal history. When and where they were born, their families, their lives up to this current point in Azeroth's timeline. This, once again, doesn't need to be comprehensive, but it should be long enough to give you an idea of your character's motivations and personality. Your character's backstory primarily is for you. This will in turn help you determine how your character would act in certain situations. Remember that your backstory doesn't need to be completely open to the public. Some can be if you wish, but your history is yours. If people want to know what drives your character, make them roleplay for it. Also, don't feel pressured to have a complete character history. Roleplay them for a bit and let their story develop over time. The same goes for your personality and quirks. You should absolutely have a baseline idea for your character's personality, but don't be afraid of letting them grow and change organically. This makes for great roleplay, and it is a very rewarding RP experience, and that is what's important. And remember, when you're starting out as a fresh role player, it is important to be as lore friendly as possible. This isn't because of other people. This is because it gives you a very solid lore foundation to build on. Having a solid grasp of the lore of your character and where they come from and where they fit into Azeroth's story gives you an idea of what can be played around with and what can't in the future. And there is plenty of both of those things to go around, so your character can grow and become a better role player. Now it's time to start interacting with other role players, and the best way to do that is to download some RP add-ons, specifically roleplay interaction add-ons. All of these add-ons are available in Curse, and there will be links in the description box below. And the first add-ons you're going to want to consider are add-ons like Total Roleplay 3, MyROLEPLAY, or XRP. Now these are RP UIs that allow other role players to see you and lets them know that you too are open to roleplay interaction. Of these 3 add-ons, I recommend Total Roleplay 3, but you can choose any of them. These add-ons are great for giving other role players a basic introduction to your character. I would also go so far as to say these add-ons are almost a necessity for roleplay, as most RPers I know use some combination of these 3. Regardless of which add-on you choose to use, you should be able to see the profiles and interact with all role players, no matter which add-on they decide to use, as each can view the other's profiles and all work well together. Also, please keep in mind that you do not need to be in an RP guild if you don't wish to, but if you want to be in one, make sure that you find one that will be a good fit for you. I will be doing a video on this later. And that's it. It's that simple. Congratulations, you are ready to start role-playing. Like I said in the introduction of this video, I know it can seem very, very daunting at first, but really, this is all there is to it. This is all you need to do to get yourself situated and get yourself started. Now go out there and start role-playing. Well, that is going to be it from me for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, if you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. I also have a Patreon. The link is in the description box below, as well as up in my channel header art. So if you want to help me improve my video quality, make sure you stop on by and donate. Remember, your donations go directly to things to improve the quality of my videos and may lead to more videos per week. Anyways, guys, thank you again so much for watching. Have a great week, have a great weekend, and I will see you again in Azeroth.